And welcome to COMC's Community Spotlight Show, brought to you by the great folks at Central Ozarks Medical Center, where your health is their mission. As you know, we've got a new guest every week. This week we're getting caught up with the Osage Indians, and it is Activities Director Tom Gwynn with us. Good to have you back. How are you doing?
I appreciate you having me. Thank you. Yeah, I'm doing great. This is a fun time of year.
Yeah. So do you have a favorite time of the year? Fall with football and all the wonderful activities going on, or winter or spring? Is there something you like more?
You know what? I like them all. And, there's a myth that we have the summers off as educators, but especially in the realm of coaching, there really isn't a whole lot of downtime. And I enjoy it all, whether it's fall, winter, spring, or summer. We're going and we're working hard and always trying to improve.
Boy, that helps though, doesn't it? That you enjoy it all. That way you don't have a season coming up where you're going, oh, geez, I got to do that, yeah.
No, I mean, I really don't have that. And honestly, that's one of the great parts about the job, because it's always something new.
Yeah.
And you always have something to look forward to as well. As we start to wrap up some of our fall sports, we can start to look forward to basketball and wrestling, which are some of the sports we have in the winter at Osage. And then obviously as our spring sports start to roll in February, well, actually late February is when the spring sports start. So, there's always the next thing, and
right.
Not that we're passing things up or looking past things, but we always have something to look forward to.
Well, and in your job, you have to pre-plan a lot.
Yes.
So you're probably already planning stuff for next spring.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. That's part of the job.
Yeah.
As we're currently working on fall sports and making sure everything's squared away, we are looking at obviously winter sports and as well as spring to make sure those schedules are squared away and everything's looking good.
Yeah. Do you still enjoy it as much as when you started being an activities director?
I do, and quite frankly, I don't look at as this role as a stepping stone to something else. I'm currently doing what I want to do. I love it. Mm-hmm. If I didn't, I wouldn't be doing it.
Right.
And so each day brings a new challenge and a new level of excitement, and I really enjoy my job.
You know what? I have noticed since you took over, and there's been some coaching changes and stuff like that, but it seems like the quality, certainly in the athletics, which is what I see most of, more than the activities and stuff, but in the athletics, there's been a step up in quality and in play in all the different sports.
Yeah, I mean, we're having a heck of a fall. We really are. If you wanted me to run down the gamut of all our 7 fall sports, as you know, our football teams won the past 3 games against some really quality opponents, and I think we'll continue to see that level of success as we carve through the rest of the season. Our girls tennis team had a 1-win season last fall, and they went 8-3 this year.
Wow.
So they've really flipped the switch. They have district play this afternoon at Father Tolton. So we're really proud of them and the things they're doing. Our girls golf program, we had a first place finisher in the conference tournament in Hannah Mashoff, as well as a 7th place finish. And we really expect to kind of be state contenders with girls golf, and they'll go into district play next week. So we really have stepped up some of the things we're doing this fall, and hopefully we'll see more of the same as we step into basketball and wrestling season, and it's just a great time to be in India.
That's pretty great, yeah. And then the boys soccer team, I've noticed has been state ranked now. I mean, they were undefeated for quite a while. They're really having a great season.
I'm actually thrilled you brought that up, because anytime you start to rattle off names like that, it's inevitable you're going to leave somebody out, and I don't purposely do that, because there isn't a bias in any particular program.
Yeah.
When I have this position, I certainly try not to do that, but our boys soccer team is playing lights out. They're 10-4 right now, at least the last time I checked, and of all the schedules that we have, they really play up. I would say the majority of our schedule is Class 3 and Class 4 schools, and we're a Class 2 program.
Yeah.
As you mentioned, we're ranked 5th in the state. We kind of had a little bit of a tough draw in our district. They tend to send us south, and Logan Rogersville will host our district in boys soccer. And last year we played them in the district championship game and had a tough loss, but really played well. And so I fully suspect we'll probably be in that game again. and hopefully the result will be a little different this year. But we're really proud of what our boys soccer team is doing, and Coach Long has them organized. He works really hard at it, and we'll see what they can do.
Yeah, and that soccer is close to your heart because a lot of people don't know you led a high school team to a state championship as their coach, I think in Springfield at some point in your past, right?
Yeah. I mean, soccer's near and dear to my heart. I'm pretty far removed at this point. It's been 5.5 years since I did any type of coaching, but when I did, I was pretty intense about it, and we had some successful teams, and I do enjoy going and watching Coach Long and our boys soccer team perform, and like I said, it's just feels home when I do that.
Yeah, and soccer, I read somewhere that in the average soccer game, you run like an average of 10 miles a game or something like. You have to be in really good shape to play soccer and run around out there. Could you still get out there and run around a little bit?
Oh gosh, well, fitness is a big part of the game.
Yeah,
there's no doubt about it, and you're actually pretty close to spot on. And depending on the player and the skill level, it's typically 7 to 10 miles a game.
Wow.
So especially if you're running in one of the midfield positions and things like that. So I mean, and sometimes as a coach in boys soccer, that can be difficult because you have to put an emphasis on fitness, and sometimes that can be a little draining on what you're doing with the team and things like that. But as long as you approach it with a positive attitude, I think good things can happen.
Absolutely. Okay, so we're talking with Tom Gwynn. He is the activities director, School of the Osage. Indians having a great fall in a lot of different things. We'll talk more about that right after this. At COMC, your health is our mission. Central Ozarks Medical Center is growing in our community with a new dental location to serve you in Eldon and a new location in Loring. COMC also makes your children a priority with a mobile dental unit serving schools in rural areas where access can be a challenge. COMC also offers OBGYN, sports medicine, pediatric, and behavioral health care. Get more info on how COMC can help you at centralozarks.org. COMC, where your health is our mission. If it's happening at the lake, it's happening on Lake TV. From the polar plunge to festivals, parades, Aquapalooza, and boat shows, Lake TV has it all. Even the granddaddy of them all, the shootouts. If you're looking for places to party, things to do, or even a new home to move into, you've gotta love Lake TV. Welcome back to Lake TV's COMC Community Spotlight Show. We're getting caught up on what's going on at the School of the Osage. The Indians, its activities director Tom Gwynn is with us here. Your second year at Osage, and things seem to be going great over there.
Yeah, absolutely. A few of the things that we didn't talk about yet is, our cross-country team competed at the Camdenton meet this past weekend. Our girls took first in that meet, and our boys took second. So Coach Hill continues to excel as our head coach, and we're really proud of the results that they posted last weekend. And another thing that we really haven't touched on yet is our softball program this fall. And Coach Dickerson, in her first year, I wouldn't venture to bet that she's too terribly pleased with our record, but what she's doing and the level of attention and excitement that she's brought to that program is really through the roof. And so we're proud of what they've been doing out on the softball field. And then volleyball, which is always really well attended from our student body and things like that. We took a video the other day and posted it on social media, and our crowd was going crazy at the Eldon rivalry game. And, that's always just a really fun environment. And we will actually host district volleyball this year with some local teams in that district. Versailles is in our district, Eldon is in our district, and of course us. So we look forward to doing that and putting our best foot forward as we host the volleyball district, and hopefully our team will go and perform well.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, we talk about the sports, but then you've got all the other activities. Band, I'm guessing fall is just a huge time for the band, right?
Yeah, and actually they have, while there's not a specific start and end date, they kind of give themselves a competition season, and that's right around the corner for our band. Mr. Kyle does a phenomenal job as our director, and they'll go up to Mizzou this year and be in a competition, and as well as Macon, and I think he goes to Potosi as well. And so very, very reputable in that department. And I think will continue to be one of the most organized people I've ever worked with, and he is so passionate about what he does. And generally, when you have that kind of person in a leadership position, you see some great results, and we truly have. And what band and cheer and dance bring to the Friday football environment, I don't think it would be the same without them. So we really appreciate all those groups, and like you said, as the fall continues, they'll get a chance to go out and show people what they're made of as well.
Yeah, it's such an amazing flavor. I'm glad you brought that up, because I was just about to. Every time we go to an Osage football game for Lake TV, the band is front and center, and they're great, and the cheer and all that. And people don't realize the amount of work, the amount of hours that go into all of that stuff. It doesn't just happen. There's a lot of practice.
No, absolutely not. And I mentioned the summer earlier in the segment, and one of the groups that you'll continuously see out is our band, and some of those other groups that we mentioned as well. And it doesn't just magically happen.
Yeah.
They're putting the work in just like some of our athletic programs, and so we appreciate everything they do for our kids, giving them opportunities to find their own spot and the things that and the talents that they've been given.
Is there, as far as the activities go, you got band, you got cheer, you got all of that. Are there other activities happening in the fall as well that we don't know about that are going?
Yeah, choir does some things for us as well. They'll go sing the national anthem and some pre-games and things like that, but their time to shine really, I don't want to say they don't do anything in the fall, but as we get closer to those winter months, they'll really start to turn it on and do some things for the community, and they'll have some competitions as well. So our choir is through the roof. And then we'll have some theatrical performance as well that actually also falls under a category of MSHSAA sanctioned activity. So
really? Okay.
With speech and debate and things like that. So everybody does their part, and like I said, it's important to our school and important to our community to make sure that we give kids opportunities. Not everybody's going to be gifted in the realm of athletics,
right.
But they might really excel up on the stage, and so it's important for us to kind of tap into that and make sure that kids can do the things that they want to do well.
Absolutely. There's some in sports, you'll learn a lot of things that you can't learn in the classroom, but in these other activities you can as well. And you brought up the speech and debate. That is a field for kids that is invaluable, to get in there and learn that kind of stuff, because you can use that on almost every job interview you ever do in life. Whatever you learn from there, you can take with you. It's neat that you guys offer all these different areas.
And one of the things that's truly unique about Osage is if you look at our student enrollment versus the amount of activities that we offer as a school, it's far different than. And I don't want to insult any of the other local schools in our area, but as far as our enrollment and within the conference, we offer a wide range of activities that a lot of other schools aren't offering. And so just a little plug for us and the Indians and what we're doing as a school, and we're really just working hard. Yeah.
Okay, down to our last few seconds. If folks want to get more information, School of the Osage and all the things going on, where would they find that?
So if you go to our school webpage and you click on the athletics tab, it will bring you down to what we call the fan plan. The fan plan is continuously updated. It's a live document, and it will give you everything you need to know as far as attending one of our events. It has the band events, it has the choir events, it has every fall sport, and if you click on that, it's going to give you a spreadsheet and all the details you need to come out and support us.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Tom Gwynn, Activities Director, School of the Osage. Thank you, sir. It's always good to see you.
Thank you. I appreciate your time.
You bet. And thank you for joining us for Lake TV's Community Spotlight Show.